And for Kenny Atkinson to not set up a play where the ball was either in Donovan Mitchell's hands or James Harden is mind-boggling. I apologize for that. For me, it just didn't make sense to put that ball in Dennis Schroeder's hands in those last few closing seconds of the first overtime, in which the Cavs could have closed out the Raptors potentially if the ball was in Donovan Mitchell's hands or James Harden, because I would like to think they would have made sound decisions where they could have got the ball across the 8-second or to avoid that 8-second violation, and then they would have held the ball, dribbled around to one of the Raptors would have fouled them, and I believe they'd have went to the line, made their free throws. But when you make mental mistakes like that, this is what happens. You get a lucky three by R.J. Barrett. That's how the game has always been played. When you make mental mistakes the way the Cavs did in this game, they've been making a lot of mental mistakes. They should have won this series 4-1, in my opinion. But because of the mental mistakes they're making in critical situations of these games, this is why they're headed for Game 7 in Cleveland. And we'll see what happens. And then someone made a comment about Darius Garland, if he would have played in this series, would the Cavs have won? Or would they be having these issues they're having? No, because actually, again, it would have been worse. Because Darius Garland, he can't play no D. And I believe because of the Raptors' physicality and how it's being utilized against the Cavs and how it's been working so far, there's no way in the world Darius Garland would have been able to handle that. He like I said, he's a defensive liability. And I believe all the Raptors would have done was set up one-on-one situations, put him in those situations where he would have had to play D, and they would have just abused him. Darius Garland cannot play with physicality. That's proven. So we have to wait and see what happens on Sunday. Scotty Barnes had 25, 14 rebounds, and the stat stood out to me was the 3 blocks. James Harden had 16 points. Donovan Mitchell had 24. Evan Mobley had 26, 14 rebounds. So those are a few stats I'm throwing out. Again, we have to wait and see what happens Sunday. That's all I have to report. Facts and Goes to Podcast. DJ Laudy Daudy. You and your families take care. Stay blessed, safe, one love. Like this song, short bit segment. Hit the like, subscribe button. Later.